Hi, it's Dr. Mitchell here, and I'd like to take just a minute to talk with you about another one of the great iconic experiments in psychology history, which is the experiment with little Albert. So, back in 1919 at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland, John Watson, who is one of the founders of behaviorism, and his graduate student did this iconic study in which they determined that classical conditioning could be used to explain the development of fears and the generalizability of fears in humans. In the study, they took this little baby nicknamed Little Albert and they presented him with a white rat. They found that little Albert was not afraid of the white rat. Then they sounded this loud noise behind his head while he was exposed to the rat. And they found that he became very afraid. And then he became afraid when he was just presented with the white rat, even when the loud noise was not present. They also found that this fear became generalizable to the presentation of other stimuli, such as a rabbit, a dog, and a fur coat. Well, we know today that this study was very unethical. But most of us, when we hear about this study, have one question that comes into our minds. We think, whatever happened to little Albert? So Hall Beck did this 7-year investigation to find out what happened to little Albert. And he concluded in 2009 that little Albert was actually Douglas Merritt, a little boy who tragically died of hydrocephaly, which is water on the brain, just a few short years after the study concluded. And Hallback said, I actually spent longer trying to find who little Albert was than Douglas Murray actually lived. Well, not everyone was convinced that Douglas Murray was actually little Albert. So another team of researchers did an investigation in which they determined that little Albert was actually William Albert Burger, who had also been associated as an infant with the hospital at the time of the study. And they tracked down a living relative of William Albert Burger, who died when he was 87 years old. The relative was a niece, and she described her uncle, and she said that he actually had a dislike of animals, a dislike of dogs. So the researchers considered, could this dislike of dogs have been linked to the study that William Albert Barker participated in as an infant? So I've attached an article for you that you can take a look at. You can take a look and see whether you think Douglas Murray was little Albert or was William Albert Barker little Albert. And do you think that his participation in the study, possible participation in the study, could have explained William Albert Barger's later dislike of animals? So I just wanted to share with you all this fascinating story about little Albert and the subsequent very diligent search to find him and find out whatever happened to him. So I hope you all have a great week.